So, we have talked about Adin Ross in the past. Adin Ross, for those of you who don't know, is a streamer, a painfully stupid streamer. Recently, his last remaining brain cell completely fucked him over, as well as his good friends, the Tates. Now, do you remember Adin Ross was the guy who sniffed Andrew Tate's chair when Andrew Tate got up that one time? Adin Ross literally is an ass kisser, or at least an ass sniffer of Andrew Tate. And I don't know how exactly this happened or how this all unfolded exactly, but basically, Andrew Tate has been arrested again because Adin Ross accidentally announced that Andrew Tate was planning on leaving Romania. Andrew Tate's arrest prompted by live streamer Adin Ross, who said Tate was leaving Romania. Influencer Adin Ross said he had one last chance to record content with Andrew Tate. A law firm says the comment tipped off UK authorities. Tate is British American. He was detained in Romania late Monday and served with a UK warrant in connection with allegations of rape and sexual assault. Yikes. Both Tate and his brothers Tristan were arrested Monday night and were to be released on Tuesday. So Adin Ross, known to be Tate's friend, is a popular video game live stream personality who often makes content featuring rappers and celebrities, blah blah blah. He was permanently banned on Twitch in 2023 after he displayed racist and anti-Semitic comments left by his viewers during a live stream. At the time, Ross said he was banned from Twitch for no reason, then later acknowledged it was the unmoderated chat messages that led to the ban. During a live stream on the platform Kick last week, Adin Ross said that Tate had sent him a text message saying that he was planning to leave Romania and never return. Really? I blame both Andrew Tate and Adin Ross for this. Like, first of all, Tate, you must have an incredibly low IQ to tell your plans of escaping to somebody with an even lower IQ. Andrew had hit me up. He said, hey, I'm going to be leaving Romania soon and probably never coming back. If you want to come over and do a week of long streams and content before I leave, I think it'll be big. Adin Ross said on his live stream. He said, it's basically now or never. That is hilarious. Adin Ross, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens when you try to navigate the world as someone who's very low IQ. So while we're on the stream of stupidity that we have been covering, we will move on to another stupid person. Katie Britt. She is an Alabama senator. She's a rising Republican star, but her kitchen table speech did not land well, not even with her own party. Katie Britt's Republican response to Joe Biden's State of the Union address drew reactions ranging from the baffled to the satirical to the appalled, even among fellow right-wingers. In his State of the Union address, Biden used his bully pulpit effectively, attacking Republicans in a fiery speech and inviting a strong response. But Britt's speech, delivered with overt theatricality, oscillating in tone between the wholesome and the wholly horrific, did not land well even in her own party. Charlie Kirk said, I'm sure Katie Britt is a sweet mom in person, but this speech is not what we need. Joe Biden just declared war on the American right, and Katie Britt is talking like she's hosting a cooking show, whispering about how Democrats don't get it. So let's go ahead and check this out. Let's go ahead and watch this video. I started to watch it, and just her tone alone was just so, I figured we'd just watch some clips of it, because I just don't know if I want to watch her entire crap.
The American family needs to have a tough conversation, because the truth is, we're all worried about the future of our nation. The country we know and love seems to be slipping away, and it feels like the next generation...
I really immediately hate the tone of voice she's taking. It feels very, very fake. Just feels very artificial. The American people need to have a tough conversation. A conversation that is going to be not only difficult, but tough.
It feels like the next generation will have fewer opportunities and less freedoms than we did. I worry my own
A
children.
lot of that is economic based, lady. Republicans don't do jack shit to help the economy, so a lot of the issues with opportunities not being as abundant as they used to be for newer generations is due to the economy.
May not even get a shot at living their American dreams. President Biden inherited the most secure border of all time. But minutes after taking office, he suspended all deportations, he halted construction of the border wall, and he announced a plan to give amnesty to millions. We know that President Biden didn't just create this border crisis, he invited it with 94 executive actions in his first 100 days. President Biden's border.
What the hell is going on right now? The highlights make it even weirder. She's like trying to do this like angry, sad thing, and it's just feeling. Oh, it feels really weird and hollow, very uncomfortable. It's like an uncanny valley almost. President Biden, how could you do these things to us? God-fearing, America-loving white Americans.
Policies are a disgrace. This crisis is despicable. And the truth is,
I feel like I'm being scolded. Like, you left your room this messy?
the American people are scraping by, while President Biden proudly proclaims that Bidenomics is working. Goodness, y'all, bless his heart.
What is this cringy Southern hospitality thing she's trying to do here? Bless his heart. Shut the f up. It feels like she's being coached. Either that or like an AI did this. Actually, you know what? That's not true. An AI could be more natural.
There's no doubt we're at a crossroads, and it doesn't have to be this way. We all feel it. But here's the good news.
It looks like she rehearsed that hand motion. She's like, so what would seem the best? Like this, or like this, or like that, or like this, or like this, or like that? Okay, like this. We all feel it. Where do we feel things? Okay, that's right, my heart. Right, we all feel it.
But here's the good news. We, the people, are still in the driver's seat. We get to decide whether our future will grow brighter or whether we'll settle for an America in decline. Well, I know which choice our children deserve, and I know the choice the Republican Party is fighting for.
Okay, so you can see why I chose to just watch highlights of this. This entire thing was so uncomfortable. And even more so, as it turns out, in her entire speech, when she was talking about the border crisis, she had a little slip up. We know that President Biden didn't just create the border crisis, he invited it. When I first took office, I did something different. I traveled to the Del Rio sector of Texas where I spoke to a woman who shared her story with me. She had been sex trafficked by the cartels starting at age 12. We wouldn't be okay with this happening in a third world country. This is the United States of America, and it's past time we start acting like it. President Biden's border crisis is a disgrace, it's despicable, and it's almost entirely preventable. So when she says this, it sounds to me like what she's saying is that there's a girl who was sex trafficked and it's like Biden's immigration crisis or whatever causing this. However, according to all the available reports, the victim that was mentioned in this Republican speech happened in Mexico between 2004 and 2008 during George W. Bush's presidency. And so Katie Britt tried to defend herself by saying, I very clearly said I spoke to a woman who told me about when she was trafficked when she was 12. So I didn't say a teenager. I didn't say a young woman, a grown woman, a woman. When she was trafficked when she was 12. And so listening to her story, she is a victim's right advocate who is telling this is what drug cartels are doing. Okay, but we read the quote of what she said, and it did not sound like that. It sounded like she was talking about Biden's border crisis or whatever. So she's getting ripped for that. Even the victim herself is speaking up, saying like, the woman, a Mexican citizen named Carla Romera, told The Times she learned about Britt's remarks via social media and found it very strange. I'm involved in the fight to stop trafficking, and I don't think it should be political, she told the paper. Yeah, it sounded like she was heavily implying that Biden was at fault. All right, and then of course, good old Ben Shapiro. So Ben Shapiro also weighed in to give a really fascinating take on retirement.
And let's be real about this. It's insane that we haven't raised the retirement age in the United States. It's totally crazy. Joe Biden, if that were the case, Joe Biden should not be running for president. Hey, Joe Biden is 81 years old. The retirement age in the United States at which you start to receive Social Security and you are eligible for Medicare is 65. Joe Biden has technically been eligible for Social Security and Medicare for 16.
Is it 65 or 67? I heard somebody say it was actually 67. 67. Oops. Close enough.
Years, and he wants to continue in office until he is 86, which is 19 years past when he would be eligible for retirement. No one in the United States should be retiring at 65 years old. Frankly, I think retirement itself is a stupid idea unless you have some sort of health problem. Everybody that I know who is elderly, who has retired, is dead within 5 years. And if you talk to people...
What? Isn't that a sign that people are retiring too late? I don't understand. How is he saying retirement age is stupid, yet he's saying it should be done away with, but at the same time he's saying Biden's super old? I don't understand how these things follow.
And if you talk to people who are elderly and they lose their purpose in life by losing their job and they stop working, things go to hell in a handbasket real quick. But put all of that aside, just on a fiscal level and on a logical level. When Franklin Delano Roosevelt established 65 as the retirement age, the average life expectancy in the United States was 63 years old. Today, the average life expectancy in the United States is close to 80. It's totally insane that you believe that you should be able to work from the time that you are essentially 20 to the time that you are 65, which is a 45-year period, pay in, and then you will receive Social Security benefits sufficient to support you and your family, you and your wife or whatever, for like another 20 years. That's crazy talk.
How? Why? Why is that crazy talk? You pay into Social Security. That's what taxes pay. You pay it in and then you get it back. I don't understand this. Why shouldn't you be able to retire? 20 years, all you get? You only get 20 more years to live your life, do things you want to do, pursue your passions and hobbies without being interrupted by work? You only get like 20 years? And you're saying that's crazy talk?
That is not fiscally sustainable. The notion that if you have to raise the retirement age to 67 or 68, that everyone is going to fall apart. My
Hey, maybe it should be raised to 67, Ben.
parents are that age. My parents are not retired. And they shouldn't retire. It would be very bad for them to retire. By the way, it's disrespectful to people who are 67, 68, 69 years old to suggest that they are in the same shape as people who are 65 were in 1940. It's not true at all. Have you met a 65-year-old lately? 65-year-olds are not old in the United States. They're not. 68-year-olds are not old in the United States.
Yeah.
Again, Joe Biden.
Yeah, they kind of are. Plus, you said like the average age or average lifespan, but you also just said that people are dead within 5 years of retiring. You're trying to say that because they retired, it led to their death or something, when all that really says is that people are retiring too late around you.
Again, Joe Biden thinks he's not old, and that dude is running for president again, and that dude actually is old, and he's 81. I failed to see how a country in which our entire leadership class is 80 plus is telling you that we should have a retirement age of 65. It makes no sense at all.
Again, the retirement age is a choice, Ben. People can choose to retire or people can choose to keep on working. Yeah, I agree, Holly. What about 69? If you want to support the channel, please consider becoming a member today. Members get early access to videos, access to all the stream VODs, and exclusive access to emotes as well. So if you'd like to support the channel, become a member today.